Okay, let's try this again. I'd have sworn I turned that mic on. I know I turned the mic on, but apparently something triggered and it didn't. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World, where we are back on PV Uncharted. I've been sitting here talking to you guys for the last like 2-3 minutes. And now I've got real funkiness going on. What the heck is happening here? Sorry, caveman. How's everybody doing? A great Sunday afternoon, I hope, for everyone. It's doing well here for me. At least I think it is. So far, so good. My apologies, guys. Yeah, I swear I hit the mic button and it didn't turn on, so oops. Anyway, welcome to PV Uncharted. We have Caveman with us, we have FF with us, and we've got Andrew Baxter from across the pond. How you doing, Andrew? Blue Fox, outstanding, also known as Hunter. And Tom Ford, a new member to the channel, it looks like. I don't remember seeing Tom's name with the green medallion next to it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for supporting Harv's World. Much appreciated. There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Excellent, Tom. Well, I'm glad you could join us. Hopefully we will entertain you. And again, like I said, we got Caveman with us. We've got FF with us, not Sharko today. Say hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
We've got this onion field that actually is coming up fairly quickly, but we needed to get it harvested. Oh, well, thank you, Tom. Really appreciate that. Very much. Of course, you don't have to be a member to enjoy Harv's World, but we very much appreciate anybody who chooses to help out.
Yes, we do.
And yeah, oh!
No, dang it.
Man down, man down. Go ahead and move out of the way. Let me see if I can scroll this thing up. Probably won't be able to now. That was totally my fault. Come on, you big brute. Oh, I got it. Look at that. And that's what you can expect from Harv's World on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, don't cross the streams. Or in this case, don't cross the pipes.
I think these are technically conveyors.
Yeah, but they still have the pipe out command. Don't cross the conveyors. Oops. Farmer Joe. Nice. You wonder what?
I wonder if there's any way you can change that to say something different.
Oh, the pipe command?
Yeah. Still
Maybe.
could be the same command, but instead of saying pipe out, say conveyor out.
It could just be pipe/conveyor. I'm going to give you some space this time. The dance of the sugar plum harvesters. Yes, we're making baby harvesters too, as Farmer Joe was pointing out. Now, we were actually kind of surprised. For root crops, these are not producing as massive a volume as we expected.
Nowhere near the massive volume we expected.
You know, normally, I mean, okay, so this field that I'm pulling into right now, we harvested sugar beets off that bad boy and got 550,000 liters. Yeah, 550,000. But these onions aren't going to come anywhere close to that. New subscriber, the first. I'm not sure I can sort that out. The first life okay, the first life undone. Got it. Woo. I have some new glasses, but I can't wear them yet because they weren't, they, they're broken when they came to me. I had them shipped to me because the place I got them from is an hour and a half away. And I just happened to be there with my prescription in hand and ordered a new pair of glasses. But when they got to me, the nose pieces have no rubber pads on them. It's just bare metal. So, I'm thinking, okay, well, they'll ship them to me, no problem. Now I've got to go back an hour and a half to have them fix them.
They're not just in the case or something.
Nope.
That's
No.
really weird.
I checked the whole box. I checked the case, everything. In fact, when I called them, the person I talked to was, let's just say she may have been starring in the movie Clueless. But the one tidbit of information she was able to give me is that, well, we can't really just ship you the nose pieces because they can be kind of tricky to put on, so you really have to bring them in. I'm like, well, that kind of defeats the bloody purpose of me having them mailed, doesn't it? I guess I, A, should have gone in there before, and B, won't be going back there again. I should have just gone in to I should have done the hour and a half trip to pick them up. Anyway, enough about my new glasses. So what's up with you guys? Everybody having a good weekend? Wrapping up? Looking forward to going back to work tomorrow? I used to have a boss
Who looks forward to going back to work?
I do.
FF does. I used to have a boss on Friday if you were around, and he was a foreman more than anything. He was in charge, but he wasn't the big boss, if you will. Anyway, if you said something like, "Thank God it's Friday," or "Man, I'm so glad it's Friday," he'd look at you and go, "Yeah, it's one day closer to Monday." Okay, whatever. Blaster Niner, outstanding. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. The first Life Undone Glasses USA, huh? I'm going to have to check them out. Unfortunately, I'll have to do it next year because I've used up my insurance allowance for this year. Although, to be fair, I hadn't gotten glasses in about 5 years, so I was due. Although the good thing is my prescription hadn't really changed much. It was
That's always good.
Yep.
Means it didn't get any worse.
And my eyes are very bad to begin with. I've been wearing glasses since I was 7 years old. In the 2nd grade. Tom Ford. Today's his only day off this week. Well, I can appreciate that, Tom. I'll tell you, I have had no days off this week. Oh, that's fair, Andrew. Yeah, a lot of people in the service industry, they don't do the Monday through Friday thing. Oh, you're a paramedic? Outstanding.
Nice.
FF knows a little something about that. He's a volunteer fireman. Not a paramedic, but still out there protecting the public. At least I hope he is.
Oh, yeah.
Have you fought any real fires yet, FF?
I haven't fought any house fires yet, but I did have my first fire the day before yesterday as being over 18 and actually able to do something, so I was pretty stoked.
Oh, outstanding. Very nice. I keep telling FF he needs to come out west and join the fire crews. I was reading yesterday there's something almost 70 active firefighters, or fires, forest fires, blah, 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 going on at the moment.
A lot of fire.
Well, the Dixie Fire in California has consumed almost 1 million acres all by itself.
I don't know if any of them have merged yet, but if they merge, they're really going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Blaster's a volunteer also, does weekends and or shift on weeknights and weekends.
See, well, I'm not by the shift. I just when there's a page out, you go.
So you have a pager?
Yeah. Well, I don't have a pager. I have an app on my phone that gives me
Alerts.
notifications, and then I've got an actual radio.
Sounds about how like they do it here.
Well, and it's nice because the other day my phone didn't go off and my radio did. So it's nice to have a backup.
No kidding.
Apparently what the problem was is Verizon was trying to upgrade to 10G internet around us and overloaded the system and took everything for communications down. So it was, what little bit we had on our radios was very broken up.
Just in time for you to
Oh yes.
just in time
Those
for you
big-
to really need that.
Yeah. Well, the big companies aren't worried about my time.
No.
No, they're not.
They're only worried about
Their
the
dollars.
number of dollars you put in their pocket.
Well, Verizon won't be getting none of mine, that's for sure. I am a diehard AT&T customer.
Yeah, Tom. Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and California has been hit especially bad with wildfires. There's none that I'm aware of active in Nevada right now, where I am, but I'm about 40 miles from the California border, so we get all of the smoke from the big fires over there. There was one big fire that got very close, the Tamarack fire. It has since been taken care of, though. The nasty one, the really nasty one that got out of control and really started to threaten places, at least recently for Nevada, was the Caldor fire. They were actually evacuating people from South Lake Tahoe. Oh, last pass. Hey Harley, how you doing? Kyle, welcome to the stream. So far, well, let's see. The microphones didn't turn on, so I was talking to nobody for the first couple of minutes, but everybody let me know, and we got that sorted out. Then I crashed my harvester into Caveman, and as Andrew said, we did the dance of the sugar plum harvesters. But other than that, things are going great. All right, there we go. You ready to run these onions to town, FF?
Sure am.
Outstanding. On our brand new road. Actually, maybe to give everybody, because the Sunday crowd isn't necessarily the same as the Wednesday crowd. I'll drive them to town.
All right.
You can just
Works for me.
keep plowing. Give everybody a chance to see our new road. We get empty, then Caveman can get rid of these harvesters and set up any. So we have a lot of planting to get done today, guys, and basically I'm wondering if there's anything you guys want to see. At some point, we're going to be doing peanuts. We definitely want to do the peanuts. How did that happen? I was emptying just fine, and then all of a sudden stopped. Maybe I just pulled a little too far forward. But yeah, all 4 of our fields are going to need to be planted today. we're getting a lot of rocks on that field. Look at that.
Oh yeah. A lot of rocks.
I'm rocking it.
FF is rocking it. So, on the Wednesday stream, we finished up our big new road. We had bought plot 18 here directly in front of me because we were sick of that winding, crappy road to town. And so, we cut trees straight on through to the other side, baby. Everybody, the first time any of us took this road, we were like, oh my god, that's so much faster. Like, we knew it would be faster, but you don't really get the feel for it until you drive it once. Hey Kevin, how you doing, man? We are doing reasonably well, all things considered. Well, Andrew, everybody knows that the road to nowhere leads to me. And for those of you who don't know, that's a song reference to an Ozzy Osbourne song. And our onion sales should be right about here. We're actually selling a crop, can you believe it? We've been putting everything in the silo for one reason or another. Not today. We don't have the best price on onions, but we've got a respectable price on onions. That's 42. And 108. So 150 grand for our onions. Very nice. Very nice indeed. A lot's been going on down here in the town. Things have been building up. And last stream, we realized that we needed epoxy. And epoxy is made at the 3M adhesives factory. So we bought this sucker, put it in, and got it all built. And we probably need to restock it again at some point. But it is making glue and epoxy. We're going to be needing some of that epoxy today, because the next phase in peanut production, we asked all you guys what you wanted us to do, and you said Planters peanuts, so that's kind of the goal we've been shooting for. We needed to get this glue factory up and running to get to Planters peanuts. The next phase of Planters peanuts is going to be beehives to make honey. Hey Matthew, how you doing, man? Sprue, don't sweat it, dude. We're just happy you're here. So we're going to be looking at making honey. Getting a bee factory, beehive factory, I don't know. Something that'll make honey.
Yes, something that'll make honey.
Oh, Andrew. FF, you should be ashamed that you let Andrew come up with this one. FF is the king of dad jokes, and Andrew beat him to the punch. We'd be stuck without a glue factory. Honey. Sweet. Well, I guess I'll run around and pick up some rocks for a minute and get them off the field.
Do we want to lime this?
I don't know yet.
Tarv told me before the stream the next time, the first harvest of honey we get, he's just going to be buzzing.
That was a bit of a stretch. I'm all abuzz about honey. Sometimes there just aren't enough rocks. Name that movie. I've been saying it a lot since we started on this map, so. Forrest Gump. Are you planting, Caveman?
No.
Oh, you're
scanning.
Just, oh, scanning. Okay, I gotcha.
And my theory was wrong, by the way.
What's your theory? Oh, the reset
Remember,
theory?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, okay. How do bees brush their hair with a honeycomb? Okay, we're gonna get. Let's break out all of the honey bee dad jokes today. You guys are killing me. Looks like the data on field 2 might be getting old also, but I can't tell for sure. What do you think?
It looks like all the data is getting old, so I'm just rescanning it, since it wouldn't let me reset it.
Oh, it wouldn't let you reset at all?
The option's not there for me.
Oh. Well, maybe I need to try it then. Should I or should I not? At this point.
You want to try it? If you want to try it, go ahead. I've only made one pass scanning, so.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. It looks to me like it has been reset. I've got no values since the last reset. Well, here goes nothing. Okay, it's been completely reset, but I'm not sure I know what that did for us, if anything.
It's not giving you the reset either.
Oh, I thought you just didn't have the reset button.
No, that's not the reset button I'm talking about. There should be one that popped up in the middle. Like in the middle of your screen, kinda, at the bottom.
No.
Like if you scroll over to yield, there should be one that shows up. But there should be one there that shows up in general.
I can clear the yield map on field 1.
Yeah, there should be one that just shows up for the whole thing that says clear. But it's not there.
Okay. Well, I guess we're stuck with what we got.
I guess we are.
Combining a bumblebee and a greyhound dog will give you a greyhound buzz. We're stretching the bee jokes now.
Oh.
We're getting a good little bit of coal off of this field. This picked up some aquamarine.
Oh, Nice.
Got all
So,
this- yeah.
does anybody mess with bees in real life?
Not if I can help it.
Okay, well, do you know how they actually get more queens to start new hives?
No.
They'll every so often a queen bee is born regardless,
Yeah.
and most of the time the hive kills it off before it has time to grow up and mature.
Okay.
So the bee farmer will actually locate it and pull it out of the hive and put it in kind of like essentially a really tiny cage until it's, you know,
To protect
and
it.
put it back in the hive until it's big enough that they can take it out and transplant it to a new place to start a new hive.
Interesting. Does it?
And because it's in that cage, the other bees can't actually get to it, but it can still get the nutrients it needs. It's kind of weird, but cool.
Yeah, apparently, Tom's kids have bees at his place.
That's cool.
Oh, Eric, how you doing, Eric? Eric's brother has hives. Can you confirm or deny Caveman's information about queen bees, Eric? What did the mommy bee say to the naughty baby bee?
Let's say I know this one already.
Oh,
I already-
beehive. What did the Austin Powers bee say to the excuse me, naughty girl bee? Oh, beehive. We've got a lot of rocks. They use bee houses to sort the larvae. Interesting. I'm not sure on a side tipper how this is going to go in, but we'll give it a shot.
If you're using the big trailers, it should be big enough. You just might have to pick back up, and then tip again.
No,
It might be too
I
long.
nailed it. Nailed it. Let's see, where's the international?
In the shed where you left it.
I'm gonna bet it's in the shed right where I left it.
Well, maybe a little bit to the left of where you left it.
Why did you crash it? Push it out of the
No,
way?
I
or
didn't
something?
crash it. No, I didn't crash it. I moved it out of the way so I could get the case out.
That's one way to get out of a shed. Just climb the wall. Alright, since we gotta scan everything, I'm gonna pick up a second field scanner now that we have two tractors with front attachers on them. I parked the truck and trailers down on that end of the field, FF, so when you're done plowing it, you can just finish picking up the rocks, if you would, please.
Sure.
Scanners are under miscellaneous, right?
Yes.
We have to get this one in an appropriate color.
So if you buy the bee house, do you have to buy the bees too?
Unless you go collect them from somewhere.
To say, to my knowledge, no. When you place them down, they should come with the bees in them.
There was a real concern about the depopulation of bees a while back. And so anytime somebody found a hive out in the wild, they would call a beekeeper to come and collect it. Just to try to save the bees. No, 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 no. There we go.
Okay, so the bees come with it and everything then.
Interesting. It's kind of like those, I don't remember who I was talking to about this the other day. Those, oh, it was Caveman actually. You know, those ant farms you can buy where you fill them up
Oh,
with
yeah.
sand and then you mail order a package of ants. They'll send you the ants and you drop them in with a little crust of bread and a couple drops of water and they start digging.
Yeah.
Oh, rain will smother a hive. That's interesting. I think you're right about that, Joe. That's kind of triggering a memory for me too. Are you going to become a beekeeper, Caveman? Or you were just sharing information?
I was just sharing information.
So bees need a source of mud. That makes sense. Well, and hive theft is a big deal too. I mean, you'll see full flatbeds loaded with beehives. California, they use a lot of them, tons and tons of beehives because of the almond trees and such, and other crops, of course. But hive theft is a big deal, and you know the big time beekeepers are they make good money off their bees. This is going quicker than I thought it would.
Oh yeah, scanning doesn't take long.
Oh, and for those of you who haven't seen them yet, we did harvest our lavender. I'll hop over here and show these off a little bit.
Oh yeah, the lavender bales.
Scott Hughes, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing, man. These are our bales of lavender. We had to harvest these with cotton harvesters. I hope you guys can see those fairly well. A lovely purple color. And they left behind some interesting crop residue, but this crop residue, even though they look like live plants, it doesn't regrow, unfortunately. I wish it did.
That's one that we did test pretty thoroughly to see.
But this is what it left behind. I don't know, that's a pretty cool crop. I mean, it doesn't look like your traditional lavender field, but it's interesting. It's unique. I've never seen it anywhere else before. And anymore, that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a new map. Something I can't get anywhere else. Because you do kind of get to a point where it's a been there, done that, and you're looking for that next interesting new feature or factoid. So, Eric, if too much rain or snow will kill off your hive, do you have to cover them? I mean, could you put like an awning over them or something like that? I mean, are we talking about, you know, the hive being flooded directly or just saturated from moisture in the air and whatnot? Man, we got enough work to do today that we could have used a fourth.
Oh yeah, we definitely could have used a fourth person.
Okay. So basically, if you've got a hive like that, you'd either want to maybe put it indoors during the winter or give it some kind of a covering.
Say the guy up the street that's got a couple of hives actually has his under canopy.
Oh yeah, so they wouldn't do well if, well, yeah, they really probably wouldn't do well if you set it in the garage. I mean, it's, if they had open windows and stuff to get in and out of, but. Welcome to Harv's World, where today we are going to learn all about bees. Yeah, that makes sense, Eric. Right. Now, okay, so you say off the ground, but I know I've seen where they'll just come in and set a whole hive right on the ground.
Some of the hives have risers on them.
Yeah, that's possible. I'm sure I've seen that too. But I'd swear most of them were just parked right on the ground. Although maybe the bottom of the hive was just built up and enclosed, so it was technically off the ground but still enclosed. I don't know. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's better to have a space. Yeah, that makes sense. Are you scanning field 4 also, Caveman?
I'm scanning the grass field now. I've
Oh,
scanned fields 3 and 4. I'm scanning the grass field now because it was starting to turn black.
okay.
That means way out of date.
Now, personally, I wouldn't have worried about the grass field because we have too much work to do on these fields today. We can do the grass field at any time. Helps if you turn it on, Harv. Helps if you turn it on.
It won't scan if it's not turned on.
That is a problem. I wondered why I was, doing Mach 10 down the field. And Michael Van, welcome to Harv's World. Thank you for subscribing, bud. Appreciate having you with us. Been a big subscriber day. We're not that far from 5K, guys. I'm gonna have to do something special when we hit 5K. I haven't figured out what that is yet. Anything in particular you guys are interested in, might want to see? I'm always open to ideas and suggestions.
No, he is not doing a 24-hour live stream for 5K.
No, I'm not doing a 24-hour live stream for any K. Okay, maybe 100. 100,000, I might actually consider it. No, Eric, unfortunately, I was not able to get a video out on Friday. I did post. I posted to everybody to let them know what had happened. When I reviewed the footage that I had, the video wasn't to a quality that was acceptable to me. And I wasn't going to put out a halfway video, a forced or rushed video. I'd rather not put out a video than put out something I'm not happy with. And, since I work 9 hours a day these days, on top of YouTube, I just really didn't have time to redo it all. So it's pushed back to next Friday, with my apologies. 12-hour live FS22. FS22 will not be out by the time I hit 5K. Mark my words, I will be to 5K before FS22 comes out. That's an interesting thought, Matthew. Bringing a subscriber to help on a stream or two.
A lot of mods.
Yeah, 5 gigabytes of mod, and unfortunately that doesn't allow for the console players either. Which is a drawback. It needs to be something that everybody can participate in.
Well, they announced crossplay for 22.
That's true. So that will no longer be an issue with 22, but unfortunately, a farming related charity fundraiser for 5K. That's actually a very good idea.
That is a good idea.
Now we just need to know farming related charities. I know somebody. I know of somebody. I don't know them personally. No, Tom. Unfortunately, we probably won't get to that until 22. Crossplay is going to make that much more feasible and functional. And so, to be completely honest, I don't see us doing anything like that before FS22, unfortunately. We just don't have the equipment for it. I wonder. So, there's a girl that I link on my YouTube channel page. Her name is Erin Holbert. She's an Indiana farm girl. Went to Purdue University. And now works on, I think she's an agronomist or something like that. Anyway, she now works on her father's farm. And I know she does some farming charity work. I think, in fact, I'm pretty sure she's got a business called Heart of the Midwest that does, or part of its proceeds go to help farmers in need. I wonder if maybe I reached out to her. She might be able to do something to help out with something like that.
One way to find out.
Even if it's just promotional or something like that. Well, to be fair, Sprue, unfortunately, or either fortunately or unfortunately, consoles prices are rising enough that if you're going to buy a console, you might as well just buy a PC because they're not that much more expensive. That's the sad truth of it all.
You definitely got that right.
Not that I don't have compassion for the console players, I do. But there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing at all.
So, what are we planting this time?
Well, my next question is, do we need lime on those fields?
Um, Field 2 looks like it could use lime. And that's about it. The rest of them look like they should be pretty good.
Okay. Well, as much as I love the liquid lime sprayers, we are now producing lime in quantity that won't work in the liquid lime sprayers. So I am going to buy us a big lime spray. Oh, wait a minute. Does this spread? This does not spread lime. This does, however. Unfortunately, it's more expensive, but what are you going to do?
Which one were you looking at?
Well, I was looking at the Horsch. That's the one that I really, really like, but looks like we're going to have to go with the big Bridal. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Mr. Swede. Farmer Sparky. Everybody's dropping in. Outstanding, guys. Outstanding. Glad to have you all with us. I guess I'm going with the Big Bradall.
Okay, I guess I'll go do some lime. And where are we making lime at?
At the Rock Crusher. There should be about
Oh.
80,000 liters of lime in that bad boy now.
Okay.
Wrong button. I'm still getting this bloody thing sorted out. Hey, Richard May, how you doing? Blaster, welcome back. Michael Kennedy, how you doing? Everybody's dropping in now all of a sudden.
Welcome, everybody.
Redshift. No, that's not bad at all, Redshift. Not bad at all. City Look Sweden. How you doing, Sweden? I was just literally looking into Sweden today. Or yesterday, actually. I was recording an episode of the Baltic Sea. Sweden is a pretty darn cool place, if I have to say so myself, which I do. Tim says he misses you, Caveman. Okay, what fields are you liming now?
Field 2 looks like it needs lime. Maybe field 4.
So I could safely plant 1 and 3.
That's what it's looking like.
Now the question is, what am I going to plant? Yeah,
Whatever you want.
2 Swedes. Even better. Oh, okay. Excellent, Mr. Swede. Very nice. Stockholm. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at Stockholm, Stockholm, Sweden is an incredibly interesting and beautiful city. I didn't know much about it before I started doing some research, and man, it's very, very cool. Alright, guys, what are we going to put in this bad boy? I need to sort this out. Peanuts, wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, sorghum, millet, rice, hemp, coffee, cranberries, not more lavender, poppies. Anybody got a preference? Clover? Should we do a field of clover just to see how it does?
Sure, why not?
Alright. We're going to do a field of clover just to see what it does. And Sprue wants to see peanuts, so we'll do another peanut field. Because we're going to store some peanuts too when we get our...
We need to do peanuts on, I think, field 4?
Okay.
Because we did them on 3 last time, right?
Yes. We did them on 3.
Okay, then we want to do them on field 4. Because we were gonna, because they did something weird with the yield, so we were gonna test it. Remember?
Yeah, right, Andrew. I actually will be honest and say I don't. Oh, Kyle makes a good point. Okay, we've got 4 fields to plant, so I will put corn in one of them since corn harvest in the Midwest is coming up. Probably corn harvest everywhere is coming up or has started. I know a few places have started already. And actually on Instagram today, there was a guy posting peanut harvesting videos that I follow. Alright. Our first ever clover field is going in. This could be bad or this could be good. Okay, peanuts on field 3. We'll do corn on field 4. What's something that we should only do in a small crop?
We need to do peanuts on field 4 because we did them on 3 last time.
Oh, peanuts on 4. All right. Clover on 1, peanuts on 4, corn on 3. Oh, Matthew, I don't need a 4-leaf clover to be lucky. I've got you guys. You guys bring me all kinds of luck. I'm not even saying that in a brown-nosy kind of way. I genuinely mean that. I'll tell you, cheesy as it may sound, starting this YouTube channel was one of the best things I ever did, and it's not because of the videos and all of that. It's because all of the fantastic people like you guys that I've gotten to meet, Caveman, FF, Sharko, Mr. Swede, Kevin. Kevin's been a big part of my channel for a long time, and Karen used to be. I'm still not sure that there ever really was a Karen. And yeah, I'm going to bring that up from time to time, Kevin, because it's funny. Matthew, Andrew. Andrew's been around for a long time. Eric. Very nice, You guys are what make this fun and interesting for me and keep it fun and interesting. So thank you guys for always being willing to give back by participating, joining in, and letting me get to know you guys a little bit. I very much appreciate it. How many frames do I get while streaming? I've never looked into it. I don't really follow my FPS. I'm not an FPS guy, and I mean frames per second, not first-person shooter.
Hit F2 and it'll tell you.
I don't worry about it too much, but I will just for the sake of argument. So I'm getting about 17 FPS, and that seems about average or standard for me.
Wait, 17?
That's what it's telling me.
Wow, I'm locked in at 60.
All right, Kevin.
Hey, I find 30 FPS unplayable.
Yeah, you and me both.
Are you kidding?
No.
Unplayable.
Yes.
You guys are nuts. I don't think it looked. I don't know that that's accurate because it doesn't look like that low of FPS at all.
Oh. Mine's pretty accurate. The end game was pretty accurate for me.
Okay, well, Richard, I have not unfortunately had the opportunity to go to the UK. I would love to visit England. Or anywhere in the UK for that matter. Ireland, Wales. Let's see, England, Ireland, or it's North Ireland, Wales, and I know there's a fourth country, but I can't remember.
Is there anything I can do?
Oh, there's plenty you can do.
Okay, I was just asking because Caveman's got the biggest tractor for the planters, so...
You might be able to run the other case on these planters. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
Oh, of course, Andrew. My apologies. My apologies to Scotland. How did I not remember that? I feel like I should have put the clover in field 2, since it's our small field. Something tells me I'm gonna be filled with regret for putting it here. Yeah, Eric, I've got a whole list of things that I need to do to upgrade my machine, and memory is at the top of that list because of all the software that I run while I'm streaming on top of the game. Hey Louise, how are you doing? Glad to have you with us. And I did say Northern Ireland. I probably slurred it a little bit, but I will try to enunciate better next time. But yes, it's Northern Ireland, just to be clear. Yeah, Tim, that's what he was talking about. I don't know that's going to help with standard game performance as far as FPS goes, but when you're multitasking like I do, it could play a big role. What's going to get me better FPS, caveman?
Getting a separate computer to run the stream from.
I need you to come over and set that up for me.
You need an external computer to actually run the stream, and that computer needs a capture card. Doesn't need to be a beefy computer either. Like 8 gigs of RAM, an i3 processor.
I don't know what my spare machine has in it. I'll have to look. I do have an older machine.
What are we putting in field 2?
Field 2. Oh, Kevin wanted. What was that Kevin said?
Somebody asked for peanuts, but they need to go in field 4.
Peanuts are in 4. Corn is in 3. But Kevin asked for something, and I can't remember what it was now. It hasn't been that long.
Cranberries.
Cranberries. Cranberries in field 2.
I just scanned through the chat.
Yeah, we'll throw cranberries in field 2. What the heck? Now, we have a lot of equipment on this and a lot of stuff on this map at this point. That's going to be one of the great things that FS22 is going to bring to the table is that what do they call that? The partial loading, or
Basically, if it's not in your field of view, the game doesn't render it.
Which FS19 does that on the lowest settings, but then all of your crops and everything look pretty terrible. So
FS19 doesn't do that in the lower settings either.
thought it did.
It doesn't.
nope. You,
My
It
bad.
might not show them there, but it still loads it.
there's a difference between field of view, which
Okay, you're saying it's not even gonna like load it into the game itself. I see.
it does.
Yeah.
Right now, it's storing everything about the map in memory. Oh, shoot. I'm afraid I'm going to have to plow out a section of clover that I accidentally planted in field 3. Oops.
That was doesn't look like clover uses much nitrogen either.
I have used hardly any fertilizer and very little seed also. Well, like I was saying, there is a difference between field of view. Your video card may not render it because it's too far away, but it's still stored in the computer's memory. The whole map is, and everything on the map is.
Yep. Which is why they're going to be able to bring more slots to console in the new game, because it's not all going to be stored in memory.
Right.
It's only gonna load it as it's needed. Like most games have been doing for years now.
Yeah, Kyle, and that's exactly what Caveman was just talking about. Obviously. And yeah, Louise, that's what I do too. Oh, and I've got Discord running also for communication between FF, myself, and Caveman. So I ran OBS for a long time. Just recently switched to Streamlabs to get a few more bells and whistles. Nah, Tim, there's no slot count on PC.
Not on PC, but the more RAM you have, the higher or the more mods you can run, because it's basically limit. It's like instead of slots being limited by slots, you're limited by RAM. But consoles have standardized RAM, so they just added the slots feature to console. But on PC, you know it's bad when you're lagging on the map just for the map being up. You run out of RAM.
We were really starting to struggle with that on Yukon River Valley. It was becoming a big issue. We had so much going on our map. And gosh, we must have, what do you think we had on that caveman? Maybe 60 or 70 pieces of equipment?
Yes. At least.
At least.
But the biggest thing that was killing it on Yukon was the dynamic feeders. The DB90s.
Yeah, that destroyed us. We had to get rid of those things.
Yep. Because it was really taxing on the physics engine for the game. Because every little individual row on the planter was dynamic, so it just like really taxed the physics engine.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to hand it off to you anyway, Caveman. Do the mods in your mod folder count even if you don't have them activated for the map you're playing?
Yes and no. Yes, because the game loads them and has to store that they've been loaded into the game, and no, because they're not loaded on the map. It's like it doesn't count for you as hard just being in the folder, but it still does count.
That's pretty much what I expected. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, if I'll tell you like this: if you're playing on PC, your best bet is to go watch Harb's video on how to manage your mods. Because you really, if you're not using that mod on that map, it really shouldn't be in your folder for that map. And you should never have more than one map in a mod folder, because they can cause conflicts with one another and all this other stuff.
Well, the problem with that, Louise, is that that even the mod developers aren't going to have early access to FS22. They're going to get their development tools at the same time players get the game. And mods like Courseplay, Auto Drive, Follow Me not as much, but those are very complex mods that take a long time to sort out and put together. Courseplay has been available for 2 or 3 years, and maybe 4 months ago it officially made it to Mod Hub.
And they've already started working on getting stuff ready to be ported. They're going through and they're cleaning up all their stuff so that it can be nice and clean to make porting easier.
Hey Allie, how you doing? Glad to have you with us today. Yeah, Eric, if you're not using them on the map, I really strongly recommend getting them out of there. But it's your game, play it your way. And I'm using next to no fertilizer on this field.
Me either. I'm still at 99%.
Excellent. Glad to hear that, Allie. It's a double-edged sword, Louise. And I'll tell you why. Because Giant still has an opportunity to make some money off of FS19 even after FS22 comes out. And I think because mod support is such a big part of Farm Sim in general, that it's going to be at least 6 months before the mods catch up to the new game, which means a lot of people are going to stick on 19 until mod development catches up a little bit. The real limiting factor, more than Courseplay and Auto Drive, is the number of maps that are going to be available.
Yes, that's very true. Lack of maps is
It's going
gonna
to
be bad.
Yeah, very limiting.
But at least you're starting out with more than two or three base game maps.
How many base game
there's
maps have
only
they
3.
announced? I thought it was 3.
I was gonna say I think it's only 3 they've announced.
For some reason I was thinking 5.
Off Poju, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're finding my tutorials helpful, man. You're in good company. A lot of these people got started the same way you are. And welcome. If you ever have questions, you can always join my Discord. We got lots of people in there who are always happy to help. And the Harvest World Discord is always free.
Oh yeah.
Bradley, how you doing, man? I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Sweet, about will it be different with the mods if I use PV tools? Oh, yes, yes, yes. So if you use, I mean, obviously separating your mods into separate folders for each map you play. PV tools, when you assign that folder to the PV tools buttons, then yeah, it's only going to grab that whatever folder you have selected and are ready to load for Farm Sim. It'd be the same if you did it my old-fashioned way of just renaming your mod folder whenever you wanted to switch maps, which I still think was absolutely perfectly reasonable, but unfortunately I had to use PV Tools to run this map, so regardless. Why do I have a...
EV tools is just a tool to do what Harv did. You still have to do all the setup work. It's just you don't have to rename it every time.
Right. Louise, you make a very good point. We were just talking about setting up auto drive courses on this map. We're starting to get big enough and spread out enough that it might, or it's looking like we're going to actually need them. And yeah, if you saw the network of auto drive courses that Caveman set up for our play on the Yukon, it was a tangle of spaghetti, let me tell you. And that took him dozens and dozens of hours to get that accomplished.
Yeah, and the fact that the actual file for it was actually getting into the megabytes of size for a text file, it's pretty substantial.
That's pretty big. Gas and electricity in FS22? No, I haven't seen that yet. What's that all about? Have you guys heard?
I haven't.
Is that gas and electricity as in electric vehicle, electric tractors and such, as opposed to diesel powered tractors? Because that's been a thing for quite a long time. Are you liming this field, Caveman? Oh, herbicide.
Herbicide. Remember, visual glitch in the sprayer.
That's right. I forgot about that. Oh, gas and electricity as output at the BGA. Good.
That could be handy.
That could be very handy. I mean, it's reasonable. Biogas plants are actually used more than you would think in the States. There's a lot more of them out there than you would imagine, and they do all sorts of different things. Like, not every biogas plant does all things. So one might make biodiesel while another might just be producing electricity.
Did they make it so that you don't have to buy them in order to use them yet?
Yeah, do I still have to be a biogas executive? Do I still have to be a biogas executive to bloody use the biogas plant? I'm pretty sure your average farmer isn't taking their manure to the biogas plant that they just had to spend $750,000 on. Alright, who wants to hazard a guess as what is the first mod you will see for FS22?
A 3-meter cultivator.
I was going to guess some type of money cheat.
Probably going to be a 3-meter cultivator.
You're probably right. Jaquito, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us.
Yes, there is a way that the default roads are stored, but only if they're set up for traffic, AI traffic. And yes, it could potentially be tapped into for auto drive to auto generate some sort of courses. But if I remember right, they had that ability when auto drive first kind of came out for 19, but they removed it because it was causing conflicts.
That's a fair point too, Andrew. The modders who turn everything into mega tools like Beck's modding. Matthew, I do know that landscaping is getting a massive, massive upgrade. A massive upgrade. So I'm sure, at least I hope, the functionality will be much improved. And I think there has been talk of some type of undo function. Silent Rage anime girls? Gosh, I hope not. First mod will probably be a demo mod harness to demonstrate how to hook into the API but not actually do anything itself. Maybe. Caveman's the better one to answer to that.
Actually, if you get the modding tools from Giants, they're supposed to have demos in there if you download their modding tools. Supposed to anyway, but can't expect so much what they're actually going to do.
Hey Ed, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Bradley. Microsoft does all kinds of junk to try to force people to bend to their will. We'll see what actually happens in the future.
On that, Bradley, it's not necessarily the age of the computer that's the problem. It's whether or not it's been flashed for Windows 11 or not. And if your computer is still getting updates from the manufacturer, like for BIOS updates and stuff like that, it probably will make the cut. If you're no longer getting BIOS updates, then it probably won't. And there are some computers out there that are older that are still getting the updates, and some of the newer ones aren't getting them anymore.
You know, we harvested the onions off this field so quickly that I underestimated the size of field 1. Totally underestimated it. This is a big freaking field.
It's definitely not our smallest field.
No, we're talking about adding more fields. Because this whole section out here in field 18 where all these trees stand at the moment, that's good cropland. It's loam instead of the garbage that we've been getting. So we need to start tree harvesting out there.
Yes, we do.
Yay, tree harvesting! Everybody's favorite pastime. Redshift, yes. Giants has announced that there will be grapes. Was it grapes, olives, and sorghum? Will be the three new crops.
Yes.
And it looks like grapes and olives are going to be a massive pain in the neck. Oh,
Um, as far as the TPMs go, you can actually buy a hardware TPM that can be plugged into your motherboard.
what's a TPM?
To be 100% honest with you, not exactly sure, but something to do with being required for Windows 11.
Okay.
There is also a tutorial on how to change the TPM settings to be compatible with the Windows 11, if your computer is compatible, of course.
Now, why are they
Um,
making everybody jump through all these hoops? That's what I want to know.
It's just for the beta version. I would assume it'd probably be just like Windows 10. Eventually it'll come, you can get it on a thumb drive and all that good stuff and transfer it, but I don't know.
I don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
They probably don't even know.
Probably not.
Probably not. And yeah, I mean, it's not like you can't continue to run Windows 10. It's just not going to be supported or updated anymore. Just the same as every older Windows version. It's not.
Well,
Yeah.
was it?
And they try to scare everybody into upgrading, by saying, "Oh, it's you're going to have these security holes and all of that." And that might be true to some degree. But for your average person, it's not that big a crisis.
And also, too, if you're gonna have these security holes because you didn't upgrade, didn't that mean you had these security holes the whole time you were using the platform to start with?
That's what I would think. Oh, trusted platform module. Okay. Yeah, Vista. Whew. I think everybody's tried real hard to forget Vista ever even existed.
Oh yeah, Vista was terrible. I actually, after seeing how bad Vista was, I got scared of updating to 7, ended up running XP until I couldn't get an XP key anymore. Then I had to upgrade to 7. And then stayed on 7 until 10 came out and saw how 10 was and realized it was better than 8, but then I couldn't backdate it to 7, unfortunately.
Let's
Okay, we were putting corn in this field.
see. Peanuts here.
No, I can't say I remember the switch to Windows 95 because Windows 95 computer was the first computer I ever had.
Yeah, Windows 95 was the first machine I ever had too. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, we'll just do it the old fashioned way.
And just so you know, I was born in 93. So
We were talking about that the other day too. If there were, if it were possible, I mean, it would be nice if there were a real competitor for Windows that didn't require you to basically be a programmer and had full support of everything that most people want to use. But unfortunately, Linux, while looking like an interesting option, if you're not 2000% computer savvy, oh, I don't doubt that, Eric. I remember my first computer, my first PC ran Windows 95. Well, I guess technically it was my first PC. And of course, you know what? Nope, we're not doing that. This tree is no longer going to be